Okay.
So you haven't always lived in Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
So tell me about your life before you moved to PA.
All right. I grew up in Maryland. Then I went to college in Pennsylvania. I went to Gettysburg College, where I played volleyball. From there, I went to grad school back in Maryland, started my coaching career with college volleyball.
Okay.
After I graduated from McDaniel with my master's degree, I moved up to Ohio and started my career as a volleyball coach. And then in 2018, I moved back here.
Okay. And what was your degree in? Was it in volleyball?
No, it wasn't. It was actually in counseling.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you moved to Pennsylvania in 2018, you said?
2018. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, so tell me, what was that transition like? Because you weren't with Rob at that point. You were single. Flying solo, coming to a whole new state.
Yeah.
You spent some time here in college, but you were moving here away from family. What was that like?
It was pretty tough. It's scary to uproot your life and be in a whole new place and not know anybody. But the first thing that I did was join the gym before I even had an apartment. I think all my boxes were still in my car, and I came in for a workout. And before I left, I met everyone and was like, "Yep, this is where I'm going to work out." So having like a set community just made that transition 10 times easier.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so tell me about your athletic career. You said you played college volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? And then what was the transition after that?
That was amazing. I wish I was still a college athlete. Yeah, I played 4 years at Gettysburg, and obviously it was the best time of my life. And, after playing college volleyball, kind of had like a transition with fitness of, no one really prepares you for what to do after you're a college athlete. You're so used to having a regimented schedule, being told when to work out. And after that, you're kind of lost. So after that, I found running and got into being a runner, did a few marathons until 2017, where I found CrossFit up in Ohio and kind of transitioned to that being my fitness passion.
Awesome. Ohio's west, not up.
Yeah, that way.
All right.
Which way is west from here? I don't know.
It's fine, but it's west of Pennsylvania. It's not up. Over in Ohio. No, that's cool.
Don't be mean to me this time through.
I'm sorry. Okay, so then you started CrossFit after some running. You were doing some marathons. I did see your video. That snatch video, you were very skinny the first time you picked up a barbell.
Yeah.
And then you snatched 145 later in that second video. So when did CrossFit start for you?
2017.
2017. Okay, so you've been doing it for about a year before you moved to Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. I feel like time just blends together at some point.
Yeah, after college it all just, 1 year is
I think it was
5
around
years.
2017, whenever it blew up in the little town I was living in. Everyone was doing it, and I figured, people keep talking about it, I need to see what this is all about.
Yeah, go give it a try. I like it. So, obviously you were athletic. You were into running. You always liked sports. So, coming to F13, how has that changed? Because I know you don't do class anymore. You're in hyper focus with Rob doing your programming. Now that your fitness is more focused and geared towards your goals, how has that changed? What does that look like?
I think I've seen a drastic improvement in my fitness. I have started to do things I didn't even think I would come close to doing when I started CrossFit. Like you asked me in 2017 if I would ever get a bar muscle up or a ring muscle up, I would have laughed at you. And now, like with this individual programming, I'm able to do those things. And with that too, like my lifestyle has changed a lot with my new career. And so with individual, I'm able to still come in and work out and work towards those goals. With class, you have to be here at 3, you're here from 3 to 4, and that's not necessarily possible for me. So having that flexibility has been huge. Being able to talk to Rob about if I'm stressed or not sleeping or whatever, he's able to tailor my workouts to make sure that I'm still maximizing my time in here, but also kind of factoring in life. So that's been huge for me.
Awesome. That's great. So you touched on it a little bit. Tell me about your career. Are you still a volleyball coach?
I am not. No.
Okay.
I made the decision to get out of volleyball coaching, and I joined the police academy and am a police officer.
Awesome. So what was the academy like? Tell me that about that.
That was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
very tough.
what about it was tough? Physically, mentally?
A little bit of everything. I mean, I'd gotten so used to, my lifestyle of volleyball was what I knew. I grew up playing volleyball, coached volleyball from high school on. So I was very much so used to that world.
Sure.
And the police academy and being a police officer is completely different.
Yeah.
So it was mentally tough just transitioning to something completely unknown, physically tough. They're working us out every day. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then typically police officers in the academy, all that, it's usually a male dominated profession. What was that like in the academy and today? Were there a lot of females in your class at the academy?
No, there were only 3 of us who graduated.
Okay, and how many total people?
23.
Okay, so 20 guys, 3 ladies. How was that? I'm sure you ladies were tight, but overall, did that ever play a factor? You being one of the lone females.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it as I was starting the academy. I was a little worried about it, but once I was there, I don't think I thought about it at all. Just because, like, coming in here, I don't think about the fact that I'm a female. I'll
Sure.
work out against you, against Mike, whoever.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll beat me every time, but I mean, I think I've just become so desensitized to. I don't want to say being a female. That sounds bad, but just
Sure.
I don't think about it when I walk into work or when I walk into the academy. It's just I'm here to do my job to the best of my ability, regardless of if I'm a female and you're a male.
Okay, that's great. And then, you were here doing Rob's programming? You were at F13 during the academy. How did that help you get through that physically and mentally?
I think physically it just helped prepare me for all of the tests that we were going to go through. I definitely went into the academy in the better shape of my life, like being able to run, do push-ups, sit-ups, all that. So it prepared me for that. And then also just kept me a little sane. Kept part of my routine the same to be able to come in here and work out when everything else was totally different.
Sure. No, that's great. And
Yeah.
how did the physical aspect for like those tests and stuff, how did that go for you?
It went really well. I finished top in most of the fitness tests and got the most sit-up award at graduation out of the whole class. So.
And that's top out of everybody, not just the females, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you beat all the boys.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Only in the sit-up stuff.
Okay, good. Now that you're a cop, and just to be clear, you're not a desk jockey. Like, you're a cop. You carry a gun. You're pulling people over. Has that come into play at all? I know, again, stereotypical, you think of a cop as a guy with a mustache pulling you over. Have you second guessing or doubting anything like that? Does that ever come into play?
Not because of my being a female. I think I don't want to say I doubt, but there's obviously always some concern, like, am I being the best police officer that I can be? I want to make sure that I'm doing things right and just being the best version of myself. I think that being here has given me some confidence in my career because, like you said, our career is not just a desk jockey. So knowing that I'm fit and if something happens on the street that I can keep myself and my partners and the community safe. Like, I think that's really important, that fitness now has become more, it can potentially save someone's life. That's huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So touching back on, you're a runner, you're a volleyball player, you've been athletic your whole life. From then till now, how has your confidence changed in yourself, in the way you look at yourself, just in general?
I think I've become a lot more confident over the years. I think when I was running, like anyone has some insecurities, and now I think I'm more of the mentality of just embracing who I am right now, like physically, mentally, just being present with myself. I'm a lot more confident than I was.
Awesome. Love to hear that. And then last question for you. If you could go back in time and tell younger Amanda something with everything that you know now, what would be something that you would try and instill in the younger you?
Just to take some deep breaths, right? Not to be so like high strung and anxious. Like, everything's going to work out. Life gets tough sometimes, but just, I guess, having that confidence of it's going to work out. You're going to work through it. It's going to end up how it's supposed to, but that's hard to see. Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
But yeah, just taking some deep breaths. gonna work out.
Okay. That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sitting down with us. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where you go.
You too, Casey.